Belt kit greetings from Savotta. Today we'll go through our Valjas belt kit system. Take a look at what's going on here. So the Valjas system consists of belts, belt pads and harnesses, which can be combined or used however you want them to create the sorts of combination and setup that you need and prefer. So first of all, we have two types of belts. These look pretty much the same if you look at them from a few meters off. Both are 50mm wide and made from webbing, but they are quite different. So the first one here is the combat belt. It's made from 3 layers of webbing, of which the middlemost is this extra thick and stiff one. And that means it gives you good enough rigidity and support to properly use pistol holsters. The other one is the utility belt, which is a all-around sort of thing for pretty much everything else than very heavy loads or pistol holsters. It's made from 2 layers of webbing, which are both this normal type that we use, so it's much lighter, more flexible and stuff like that. But when combined with our belt pads, you can pretty well carry considerably medium heavy loads with it too. And both of these belts, as said, are made from 50mm webbing and bar tacked to form pulse compatible channels there. So this means that you can attach any pulse compatible pouches directly to the belt and they won't float around side to side and stuff on the belt, which is good. The buckles we use on both are just these regular 50mm plastic ones, side release buckles. Not very fancy, but these, do the job for pretty much, most people out there. And if you want to, you can easily just open up the adjustment webbings, thread them through the buckle and replace the buckle with anything you want, like an cobra or something. But for most people, these are just fine. And of the belts, one little thing is that the combat belt, due to its more structural structure, it has less adjustability before it loses its function. So the combat belt comes in 3 different sizes and the utility belt comes in just 2 sizes. So not much to pick from, it's easy to find your size. And then on top of the belts, the next thing is the belt pads. We have 2 types. This one here, a slim one, the slim belt pad. Quite simple, it's a 500D Cordura outer fabric there, and we have this friction material on the inside to prevent it from sliding around on you. And then we have these vertical 25mm webbing belt loops here with 25mm spacing, which keep the belt snugly to the pad. And when you put your setup together, check out where you want to place your pouches, wave the belt, leave enough space for the pouches, put the pouches on the belt, and that's it. Another thing that the belt loops do, why we have them all over, is that since they are 25mm webbing with 25mm spaces in between, you can use these to attach pouches in a horizontal manner. For example, you can use one of our double mag pouches here on the back with a little IFAK insert or something to create a simple side pull IFAK pouch there, or attach pretty much any short enough pouch with a attachment width of 2 pulse channels is pretty good here. And the slim belt pads, they come in 3 sizes, Not too many, but enough for everyone to find a suitable size. And that's about it for that. Then the other belt pad we have is the 3-piece belt pad, which is quite nice. Construction is otherwise the same as the slim belt pad. So we have 500D cordura and webbing and so on, and friction material on the inside. But the thing here is, first of all, yeah, it's a bit bigger and so better for carrying bigger loads, more gear. The slim belt pad is literally slim, so you know, good for sort of streamlined setups, not too much stuff on there. But the 3-piece belt pad, yeah, wider, slightly bigger pads, and special thing with this one is that it's a universally, truly one-size-fits-all design. Since the pads are separate from each other, you can attach them to the belt wherever you want and put them closer together or further away from each other, or even leave out one if you want, so that you can adjust the setup for your body type pretty nicely. Another thing that's going on here is we have, each pad is identical in design, first of all. So we have 3 belt loops here with 25mm D-rings on top. So use those to attach a harness. Lots of attachment points, so you have like here 9 in total. You can use our harnesses or 6-point harnesses, stuff like that. Set it up how you want, close to the front, more to the side, so on. Lots of options there. And since the pads are bigger, and these are made, the 3-piece belt pad is made to carry bigger, heavier loads, more stuff. They are taller. And down here we have 1 row of 25mm webbing with pulse bar tacked intervals, channels there. This means that when you attach pouches to the 3-piece belt pad and use our belts or any belt with pulse channels in them, you attach the pouches through the belt and then through the webbing on the pad. What this results in is a very, very, very tight package. Since the pouch is now attached to the belt is strapped around you tight, and then both are tied together, the pad and the belt, with the pouch. So you get this very, wobble-free, very tight fit. That's very nice. Sure, this is a bit slower to put together than some other types out there, like a padded belt sleeve with just a few rows of pulse webbing on it or something. But the end result is much tighter, less wobbly, and this also makes the 3-piece belt pad a bit lighter in weight than a construction where we would have lots of layers of fabric and then the pulse channels on top of that. So very nice, neat little thing, good for heavier loads. Use the slim belt pad for streamlined, lighter setups, and use the 3-piece belt pad for more stuff. And then on top of the belts and the pads we have the harnesses, and we have 2 types. Both are made from webbing, no padding or anything here, so these are good to wear when you're carrying a backpack on top of them or wearing body armor on top of them. And of these, the sort of lighter one is this, the EX-harness. It's an X design, as you can see, and the E there stands for elastic. So we have this bungee cord loop here on the back, in the neck, which gives you some flexibility, making it, comfortable when moving around, doing stuff with your body. And the downside of the elastic bit is, of course, that when you're carrying very heavy loads on your belt, it might not be nice to have that thing, you know, sagging around. So when you get up to heavier loads, or just if you don't like an elastic thing in your neck, we have this, the H-harness. Basic design, you know, H. 50mm webbing on the shoulders, 25mm webbing on the attachment straps. And this one also has a sternum strap. So when you're carrying more stuff, the H-harness is a bit better for that. Yeah, so to summarize, 2 types of belts. Use the combat belt when you need a stiffer thing for carrying pistol holsters or very heavy loads. A bit better for that. Use the utility belt when you're carrying, you know, not a pistol holster and a moderate weight of stuff. And then 2 types of pads. The slim belt pad for streamlined setups, like this. The 3-piece belt pad when you're carrying more stuff. And then 2 types of harnesses. The EX-harness for lighter loads and the H-harness for basically heavier loads, or if you just hate elastic things in your neck. Yes, that's about it. I hope that explained some things about the Valjas belt kit system for you. And if you have any questions, you know, you can always ask us. And yeah, for example, this thing. What I have on me, that are 3-piece belt pad, utility belt, and the EX-harness. This is good for, I have here 2 frag smoke pouches, a tourniquet, 2 magazines, a dump pouch, and 1 liter of water and a knife. And nothing on the back makes carrying long backpacks easier. You can just wear it on top of this. That's how I have set mine up for regular use. Yes. Now, that's really it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and as said, any questions, just ask us, and of course, as always, please buy our stuff. Thank you very much for watching.